It's Lo from Custom Creations by Lo. I hope all of you are doing great today. I hope you've had a great week, that you're looking forward to a wonderful weekend. I am. I'm hoping to get my front porch pressure washed so I can get all my plants that are sitting in my dining room bay window on the porch. So that's my hope. So I want to try to do hopefully a quick video on these ring molds. My first attempt using UV resin wasn't too bad. So I've got some cups out here. Get those out of the way because I was doing more Easter eggs yesterday. And by the way, look at this one. Is that not gorgeous? Look at that. That's with chrome powder. Gorgeous. And I've got 4 more eggs to make for the order that I've been doing. And then I will be done officially with Easter eggs. Now, I did put a teaser on Facebook about an early birthday present that I received. Actually, it came in today, and I have used it now twice. So you'll have to watch towards the end of the video to see what the surprise is. It will not have anything to do with what we're doing now, but I promised that I would disclose my early birthday present in my next video. So, like I said, I have these cups here. I've got a few extras. Don't know if we'll need them or not. Don't have any real plan as far as colors or anything. But we're going to mix up, I think we're going to do 3 ounces. So that's going to, well, yeah, we'll do 3 ounces. No, we're going to do 2 ounces. Because these shouldn't take that much. And this way, I can do part A or part B, 1 ounce, and part A, 1 ounce, and we'll have 2 ounces total. If we need more, no problem. We'll mix it up and go forward. But that's the plan. Now, because this is a trial and not a perfected skill, not for me anyway, we are going to use, let me get this out of the way, it doesn't want to move. We're going to use my resin nemesis for this. I will not be using bubble remover or anything like that. I'm sorry, yes, it is that time of year to debubble this. Hopefully it won't be an issue. But I'm going to be using the Alumilite Clear Cast Epoxy. No matter what I do, I cannot get this clear. Cannot get rid of all those bubbles. But I want to use it up. So I thought doing this mold and any extras we may have would help me with that. So again, we're going to use 1 part B, 1 part A, and see if we can start using this up. So I'm just going to measure out my B. And let me tell you, this stuff stinks. We're going to get our part A, which you're going to see in a minute how thick this is. I mean, it's not cold up here in my room. It really isn't. But you would think it was freezing, as thick as this stuff is. Look at this. See how thick that is? It's like Karo syrup. Karo syrup, y'all. Ugh, it's just so ill. I don't like Karo syrup, okay? Maybe that's why I just like this texture. I don't know. But what I do know is that no matter the temperature, no matter the process, it's just ridiculous. Sorry for the noise. I was just getting a few baby wipes. Now, I do have some pipettes. And what a stupid name, pipettes. I really just hate that name. I don't know why. And I've got 5. It just correlates to my cups. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do all these yet. But I may just put some clear in here and then drop some alcohol inks. Let me go ahead and grab my Marabou Rainbow Sparkle. That's not it. Then I'll knock it over. This is it. And I'm going to pick out a few other alcohol inks, and we'll be back in just a second. Alright, so we've got part A in here and part B. Not mixed it up yet. And again, this is the Alumilite Clear Epoxy, Clear Cast Epoxy. So far, I've not found it to be really clear. And it smells, oh my gosh, it stinks so bad. And we may not use these cups. I think I may just, matter of fact, I think we're just going to drop the alcohol inks into there. It'll probably be a little easier. I have this, I want to try this. This is Bombay India ink, turquoise. And then I have Brea Reese Prussian blue, Brea Reese red, Brea Reese violet, and Brea Reese magenta. I also have out my octopus inks that I've got from laursartcorner.net. We have peppermint, vanilla. We have the enoki white, and we have swimming pool. This will be dropped upon probably all these. And we also have my Marabou Rainbow Sparkle. So let's get this mixed up. See all those bubbles? This resin is ridiculous, and I wish I could have taken it back. And even putting it in a bubble remover or whatever, doesn't get better. It really does not. Of course, you want to mix up your sides really well and mix up your bottom. So what's everybody been doing with the oncoming spring that can't make its mind up? You know, one day it's 20 degrees, the next day it's 60, and then almost 80, and then back down to 30, and, you know, I don't know about where you live, but here in North Carolina, you can experience all 4 seasons almost in one day. Crazy, right? So what I decided to do is, if we run out of this Alumilite resin, we'll mix up some of my Tea Expert Glossy and maybe do a comparison. But I don't want this video to be long. I know my last video I said, oh, this can be short, and then it was shorter than normal, but it wasn't short. Alright, so we're going to let that sit there, oops, and drip everywhere apparently, and let it degas a little bit. It doesn't do a whole lot, I can guarantee you that. It really just doesn't. Get that cleaned up. So you can see it. Give that a few seconds or so. We're going to spritz it with 99% alcohol. Give it a little bit. Got my pipettes over here. I'm not a real fan of these things. Maybe just because I haven't had a lot of success with them. But they fit in here pretty good, so just don't want to squeeze before you get it in there, because that's where you run into the problem. And I was giving all of mine away. Now if these were larger, I would cut off a little bit of this end so I would have a bigger opening so it wouldn't take this long. But I think with these rings, they're going to be probably about right. Now, what I do want to do is, while this is probably not doing anything, is see if there's any inclusions that I may want to add in here in place. So, let's look. We have some glow-in-the-dark glitter, which works really well, by the way. Oh, these are cute. We have some, a friend of mine gave me these, and I just saw these in here. This would be cute. Well, if I can get the thing here. Look at these. Would those not be cute? They're little bitty, like, candy balls. We have some, those would be pretty too. They're like stars. Yeah, I think we're going to try to use some of these. Let's see if we can get this to set in here without being too much of a pain, so it can be there for me to look at and use. Or not, it's just getting on my nerves, so we'll just set the lid up there. I also have, since we're going into spring, I have these I could put in. What about these? These are different little crystal squares. Got these up at Hobby Lobby. Both of these. 74 cents, my friends. 74 cents. Alright. See if I even... Oh, haven't opened them yet, so let's go ahead and do that while we're waiting on this to do whatever it's doing. Or even not doing. That's the thing. And I'm having to wear my heavier gloves today because I only have one pair left of my thin gloves. These, you know, are the ones I usually use for UV, but... Alright, so these are open. Look at that. And oops. So, I usually try to save these for my UV resin, but... I said I only have one pair left of my thin ones. And if you'd like to support my channel, in my description box there is a link for my Amazon wish list. And in those, there are, on that list are some gloves, and we got some flakes here. Got all kinds of full flakes. Some of those may be pretty. Look at all those. Those are gorgeous. Yeah, we might use some of them. Who knows? I don't even remember where I got these. It was probably at Hobby Lobby. It was a set. Either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I want to say Hobby Lobby though. It's a set of 6. Alright, so, oh, we dropped something in there. Let's see if we can get that out. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Sure doesn't want to come out. Get that out of there. Alright. So let's go ahead and spritz some of these molds with 99%. I'm not going to do all of them because I'm not that fast. Y'all know that. I am not that fast, so I can get all that in there. And we're going to put some clear in those. Alright, so we're just going to put this in here. Didn't get much, did we? I think this one is defective. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's picking up a bunch, that's for sure. A little bubble there, I can see it. See right there? We'll do a few here, just to clear so we can get it in there. I think, my loves, I'm going to cut the end of a little bit of this off because that's just ridiculous. I'm going to cut it at an angle. See if that works any better because we'll be here all night. If y'all hear that noise in the background, that is my curing box. I'm trying to get 2 eggs done for this order that I've been working on at one time. Because I'd love to be able to get all of them done and deliver all of them tomorrow. I don't want to deliver a partial order. So if I can get those done, free up my molds, I can get 2 done tonight. The other 2. And finish them in the morning. Do 2 more in the morning. Then I can get all of them delivered tomorrow afternoon. This is a local shop that had ordered these, which I've linked her before in my description box, and I definitely will link her again. You can do online orders with her, but if you're local and you have not yet checked her place out, please do. It's called the Peach Pepper Jam Marketplace, but she also has Rustic Grace, which is bridal, stuff where you can go in, if you're getting married. She has wedding dresses you can go try on or, schedule. But when I tell you, this lady is awesome. She does so much, so much. Has a heart of gold. Alright, we're going to let that sit there. wipe this off, see if we can get some color something in these four, and then we'll move forward. I am going to kind of tap this down because, you know, being rings or whatever, they're kind of hard to see. Alright, so let's drop some ink in these four. We're going to drop inks in all these, I think, right here. And then when we start the second round, we'll look at some of these inclusions. But I do want to try this Bombay India ink in this, because I've not used it in this, and I really want to try. And royal blue and those colors are like some of my absolute favorites. Let's just drip out some in the bottle because I don't want it to go crazy here. Pull off back to the side. Now, they're not going to spread, or it's not going to spread like an alcohol ink. Ooh. And I don't have to worry about these not curing because it is not UV resin, which is what I've tried to do before with these. Let's drop in a little bit of these little glow in the dark. I think that'd be super cute. Get us a little stick here. I think that'd be really pretty with, of course, none of it goes in. Ah. This is only my second attempt at doing this mold. The first ones were okay. I did it with UV resin. Some of them cured. Some of them did not. Alright. I know that I got some of that in this one. May or may not be able to get it out. I got one. There's two other pieces in here. If I can't, well, you know, that's fine. It's just going to be added to something. Okay. Then we're going to take some of this Octopus Ink Opaque Peppermint and drop in there. Matter of fact, before I do that though, let's go ahead and add a little more resin. Okay. And you definitely want to make sure you shake these octopus inks up good. Now, if you have one of those little orbiters that you can set your bottles on that'll shake it up and mix it, you can avoid this mess on the top of your lid. I don't have one, so I just have to clean off my bottle or my caps. So that we don't get little crusties. The only time I want crusties is if I'm eating a crisp pancake or some toast. Okay. And then we're going to take our dotting tool, which this particular one, I actually bent the tip of it up so that I can use it to do things and not poke my mold and scratch it. So we're just going to swirl that around. Oops, too fast, low, too fast. Swirl it around. And we'll put some more resin in it. I'm going to clean it up just a little bit. You don't want all that mess. Sorry, hit my camera. Alright, get some more resin. Dang. Let's get that cleaned up because stuff like that annoys me. Okay. See how that's what happens when you clip off the tip. Now, what I will do is once I've gotten all these in there like I want, I'll clean off the back. Hopefully it'll keep it smooth and we'll be good. I'm going to do one more with you. Sorry, my arm got stuck on my chair. I am going to do one more with you and then we will come back once it's time to demold, because I'm slow. This is going to take a while, and again, like I said, I want this video to be faster than normal. Not faster, but not as long. So let's do one more. We've already got some clear in there. Let's take our little pointy stick. I think that one's going to be pretty. Just make sure our resin is around there. No bubbles. And this time let's do we're going to do the red. And what if we do this one? Or, you know what if we do the Diankapours white? Now the erase bottles, there's nothing you can do. They are going to make a mess. Don't open them over your molds. You will have crusties because not only are they difficult to unscrew, they're also a pain in the butt to put the lids back on. Doesn't matter what you do. That's just the way it is. At least for me, that's what I've found in using their inks. So, we're going to, once again, just spread that. little bit over here. Looks like I committed Harry Carey. I didn't. I promise you. I think I want to put in a drop of this magenta. Also by Breweries. Also same thing. Very, very messy. So I cannot wait for y'all to see my surprise at the end of this video. My birthday is April 24th. So it's basically almost it's a little over than a month that I am getting my birthday present early. And I'm so excited. So excited. I can't wait for y'all to see. Anyway, let's get this one done. And I will finish the rest and bring you back at demo. Because I don't want to keep you here for all this. Because, yeah. And I have to clean, y'all. I have to clean while I'm doing this because, like I said before, I'm not OCD, but I have found in doing this craft that I can be. Alright. So we're going to, no, you know what? Yeah, we'll do it. We're going to use our Inoki white. But I think before we use it, and see again, you don't have one of those little orbiters or whatever they're called, and you shake up your inks, get a mess. What if we took a drop of the swimming pool before we put our Inoki in it? I think maybe I'll need to buy me one of those little mixer orbiters, whatever they're called, because I truly make a mess. And again, I got, you can either buy octopus ink. Okay, my friends, we're back. So I got this side here done. Hopefully they're going to be gorgeous. This side we're going to try to use these inclusions that we have out. We have these little flowers, like I showed you. We have these little glitter shapes, and then we have all these foils. They're just little pieces, so they're easily placed in there. So we, have 8 of those. My fingers are sticky. So sorry. 2, 4, 6. Yes, 8. So we're going to try to use these. I'm going to try to get those in there. So far, the resin is behave. It is trying to thicken up. As you can see, Let's see if we can thin that up a little bit with our heat gun so it goes back to being easy to apply. I'll get that out. Just want to kind of thin it out again. If you don't like this noise, then, you know, go ahead and mute it. It's not going to be that long. We're just going to heat it up again. Alright, let's hit that work. Yeah, that's better. We don't have long though, I can definitely tell you that. You can see how thick that's getting. And I think I melted my cup. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to save this or not, but if we don't, well, we don't. Yeah, you know what? We're not. We're going to let it go. So, you cannot do the rings in that because it is just, yeah, done. But, I don't want to waste that. So, we're going to pour it into this mold. Our sparkly, this resin mold, which I know you're not supposed to pour, put alcohol in there, but I don't want to totally lose that. So we're going to put in some, let's do this one, with a little bit of the Marabou Rainbow. And save it, maybe. We might, or we might not, because it is pretty warm. This is going to be fun. I can't wait to see how it, whatever happens to it. Do y'all think I'll be able to save any of it? Or do you think it's a total failure? Right now it's not looking promising. I'm just going to spread it. I mean, there's nothing else we can do, right? Because whatever happens, I mean, I can always sand off the bottom of it. All right. I know this is a disaster. It's okay. I'm having fun. And that's all that matters. I'll mix up some more for these. It's okay. I'm just curious if we can save this. I know a lot of you probably going, oh my God, what the hell is she doing? That's okay. It can always be sanded, right? So we're going to let that set there while I try to clean up this mess. So I'm going to mix up some more resin. Not as much, apparently. And I'll see you back. Okay, everyone. All of these that we poured are cured. Was cleaning up my molds. This one, which was an extra, I needed my mold for something else. So I did have to go ahead and demold it. But didn't that turn out pretty with that color? That was with the Octopus Inks Peppermint. That's what color that is. So pretty and shiny. Still a little soft, but I definitely have some trimming to do, as you can see, because this was super thick when I went to try to get it in there. But I'm going to get it off, and we will get it finished. I mean, it's still, as you can see, it's kind of soft there. But that's okay. So we'll set that there. Let me get a piece of tape for this one. Actually going to put this piece on this. Ooh. just ran out of that tape. Now, these cardboard containers that have a little slick line in there, they can make some really good mold housings. See, it would make a perfect one for that one. So every once in a while, I'll save these and reuse them. So this is one I will be saving. So it's going over there. And we'll get another piece of tape from a different roll. Hope you're all doing well today. It is Saturday afternoon now. I had poured all these last night. And today's weather has been absolutely beautiful. Kind of overcast and stuff, but it's very nice and warm. I sat out on my front porch for quite a while. Hope all of you are having good weather. Or the weather that you like. I know that's kind of not possible for us to, you know, choose it. But anyway, I want to thank you all again for being here, for watching my channel, for liking, subscribing, and commenting. Please also make sure you share so that we can continue to grow. And this is just some Dollar General duct tape that I'm using. All right. Now, I did go ahead and get these other molds pretty cleaned off this morning. I tried, when I was cleaning this one up, of course, no, it wasn't this one. It came up. Here's the other one. So when I was cleaning it up with the tape, some of them popped out. Some of them didn't. But I set them on there, so we'll look at those. And let's go ahead and finish getting this ring mold cleaned up because it's messy. Don't know how these are going to come out. This is the second time I have attempted these. The first time I did it with UV resin and alcohol inks. And they were okay, but because some of the colors were too opaque, they would not cure properly. So I don't consider them necessarily a win. Learning, yes. A win? Nah. At least I can see my sizes in there now, because some of the overpour went into the numbers. But I'm going to try to get it out because I don't like it. Looks messy. Now I know that these rings are going to need some sanding down on this side and probably a little bit of trimming. Again, trying to do that with a pipette, you know, is a little hard. I thought I had some more needle nose bottles, but I have not been able to locate them. So, the pipette it was. Alright. Now, the ones on this side, the resin started getting super thick. And I called it. I was like, no, we're not going to keep messing with it. So, we'll take them out. But I can tell you, they're not going to be pretty. They'll probably be used as fillers or something, you know, for another project. All right. Looks there. Get some on the back somehow. I think when I overboard. So, on this video, I want to give a shout out to somebody that has helped support my channel, and I know she also supports other channels. Miss McMasters, thank you for supporting our channels. You are truly, truly awesome for doing that. I thank you for having supported me, and I hope you are continuing to watch and enjoying the videos. So thank you on behalf of myself and all those others that you help. So I've only got, I delivered, I think it was 13 eggs today to the shop that I go to. and I've got 3 more to make. I was able to get 1 done today. I was running out of time, also being a little lazy, so I could potentially have had, 2 done, but I didn't. So I told her I would deliver the remaining ones to her either Monday or Tuesday, because I have my first physical therapy appointment tomorrow. And I'm not quite sure what exactly they'll be doing. I know it's the evaluation to see what we need to do, so it could take a little longer. So, we'll see. We shall see. And I'm sorry, y'all, the trees are starting to bloom, and it's got my nose just a-running. So, forgive me if I sniffle. All right, let's start with these extras first before we get to these. Again, these are just bows that I've been making. This was a mold that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby. It was like $1.99, y'all. Yeah, they've got a little trim up, but they're pretty. And I can pretty much just do it with my fingernails. Well, the little bit of nail I actually have. I don't have much, because I keep them short since I'm always into stuff. But I'll clean them all up a little later, but that's one. There's another one. That one. The Mickey Mouse, or not Mickey Mouse, I guess it could be, or the Hello Kitty. This one, and the larger one. I've been using these on top of the eggs. Alright, let's get those there, that out of our way. Still just a little soft. But if you didn't know, the thinner the mold is, or the piece that you're pouring, the longer it takes for it to cure. And I believe that has to do with the fact that it doesn't create, or generate as much heat as a larger piece, so it doesn't cure as quickly. Alright, that's done with that. Okay, next one we're going to do is, I believe this is a flower. It's a matte mold. I think someone sent me this. I don't remember, but I think so. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Take some silver, a silver marker, and just kind of do the petals. Outline really gently. I like that blue. That is certainly very pretty. And let's see. We'll do these little roses next. Now, these got some drippage in them. I'm not going to fill it, though. I'm going to leave it so when I do fill them up, they'll have just like a little bit of blue on the interior. That's my plan anyway. And again, this mold is from Hobby Lobby, and it is matte. There's 1, 2. A little bubble right there. 3. And the large one. There, got a bubble there, but these, you can easily fix if you need to. What I may do is take my little nail snips and just try to even it out, maybe, so it doesn't look like there was a bubble. Same thing on that one. I'm going to take a little nail file, just sand it, and then that little corner right there. And these make great little magnets or additions to something you may be, you can put them in things. All right, so that leaves this crystal mold. This I received from Miss Laura at laurasartcorner.net. She was kind enough to gift it to me. And I don't know if she made this mold or not. Maybe she can tell us. But it is very pretty. So look at that. Oh, y'all, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just trim up the back a little bit. That's just beautiful. Very shiny. You'll see that? All right. Let's get that out of the way. This mold I'm going to sit there because, again, like I said, we're going to use it at some point to Sorry, y'all, had a blind moment there. Okay. So, let's get to our piece de resistance. Cover that mold up. I don't want nothing in it. Let's pull out the bad ones first, because we know they're bad. These do come out relatively easy. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we will try or not save them. That one's pretty. It's got like a little ridge on it. Didn't notice that before. We might be able to save it. I don't know. Does this one have it? This one I doubt we can. It's not very clear. It's not very pretty. Oh, that's cute. The little flowers in it. We might be able to save that one. Okay. I do like that blue in there. It's really pretty. Sand it down. We might be able to save these. Definitely not that one though, because it's just ugly, plain. That one's cute. A little bubble there. Ooh, got a big bubble here. This would actually be better as a pendant, I think. Oh no, yeah, put the hole right down through there and make a really pretty pendant. What do y'all think? Yeah, that would be, I mean, that's about perfect. What do you think? Should we make a pendant out of this one? That would take care of the bubble there. This is the one we put the little round bead things in there. I'm not real crazy about that one. You still see it's just a little slightly soft. All right. Yeah, they kind of moved around, or I didn't do a very good job of. But this one's got all kinds of holes in it, so this one's probably not going to be saved. Well, that was interesting. The thing about it is because, I don't know, that one might be cute as a pendant too, versus a ring. Cute. Have to do a lot of trimming on it, as you can see. But like I said, the resin was getting so thick and warm, you know, it was basically almost curing in the cup. See how that can go. Yeah, that whole outer area right there can be trimmed off. Okay, so let's look at the ones that I hope turned out. You know, this one I think we could save it and use it as a pendant. That would be really pretty with the silver chain. Okay. All right. Let's start with the big one this time. Ooh, y'all, look at that. That's pretty. I wonder if it will glow in the dark because remember, we did some with those glow-in-the-dark beads. Oh, that's cool. Let me put it under the UV light for a minute and I'll show you. If I'm not mistaken, did one of these have it in? Oops. No, I don't think so. Oh, that flower is really pretty. All right, let's see. Yeah, y'all, look, it glows. You see that? Oh, maybe not. Trying to, let me put it back in there. I got me another pair of glasses. I have scratched these, and I've also got resin on them. And of course, it's right where I look through. Okay, so let's try this again. All right, can y'all see that? It glows. Pretty. And again, I'll have to do a little bit of, this one turned out really good. A little bit of sanding on the bottom, but that's pretty. I myself wouldn't wear these because they're just, I mean, I guess, well, no, I don't know. People do. But that one's pretty. I like it. Okay. Not bad. Definitely got some trimming on the back. You know, see it? See the depth in there? Like, in there? Now, see, these don't have, and I guess that's the difference, is one side has this little groove or notch sections, and this side are smooth. Wish that one there, but I'm gonna have to clean this mold up real good. Okay. That's cute. It's kind of beachy, summery, don't you think? I wonder if that one glows. Oh, it does have the glow in the dark. Yeah, it doesn't lie. Didn't think it did, but never hurts to check, right? All right, let's see. Yep, it kind of glows. It has that little bit. That one's kind of cute. I really like it. It's very summery. Got some spores down there, like in the Petra effect. Okay. Ooh, this one turned out really pretty. Look at it from the side. Do a little sanding to move that out. But that's really pretty. Still kind of soft. Get up there. Get up there. Okay. Ooh, this one too. Look at that one. This one had some of the silver in it. But you can see the depth in there. Isn't that pretty? All right, Lo. Not too bad, Lo, for your second time. Now, this one tried to come out while I was cleaning the mold with some tape, and it came out, but I popped it back in so it maintained its shape and finished curing. And it is really pretty. See that silver that's in that part? And it just kind of brushes around, and yep, they all going to have to be trimmed and, you know, sanded. But that's pretty. All right, now our final one. Oh, look at that. I think this is another glow-in-the-dark one. Maybe. Maybe. What do you think? Look at that. Let's see. We'll put it on the UV light and see what flies. See what, oh, so the little shop that, like I said, I take the eggs to, they're like, if you find a little Jesus, you get, 10% off of your order. So I wasn't looking for Jesus, but I found him. I found little Jesus. Look at that, y'all. Is he not the cutest little thing? He's only about this tall. this tall. So what I told her, I said, what I'm going to try to do is make a little mold out of him. And wouldn't he be cute to put in, like, say, an Easter egg or anything like that? Or even, you know, like she said, you could put it, oh, here's a cross I made. I've not finished it. What if you made him and set him like this on the cross? Would that not be the cutest? So I found little Jesus. I love it. All right, let's see if this glows. A little bit, but that's not really a glow-in-the-dark paint, I don't think. But it's still very pretty. So we've got, this one's a no save. This one is, should I make a pendant out of it? No. No. I could probably try. There's a bubble right there, so that'd be the perfect spot to put in, you know, like an eye hook or something like that. But they're going to take me a while because, you know, again, they're kind of soft right now. So I'm going to leave them sit here for a little bit longer. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to set them on my curing box and let them finish over there so they're not in my way here. So that I can, yes, you guessed it, mix up another egg. But let's get rid of this one. I'm not going to show you.